opportunity that we can't pass on.
Oh, kia ora koutou katoa. Nau mai hara mai.
Nau mai tauti, whakatau mai e te hunga e whakarongo mai nei, ko ai tēnei huri whaka. Nau mai, haere mai tauti, mai ki tēnei whakataita e whakanui ana i ngā taitamatāne o tēnei ao o Aotearoa. Ko ai tēnei he uri whakaheke no te aroa, no tainui waka no hoki ko te moana maika, ko au tētahi o ngā kaipāpāho. Mā kaitau i te rānei, hei whakanui i tēnei whakataitau ko te poi uka.
Kia ora koutou katoa. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Championship Sunday, baby. It is the Softball New Zealand presentation of the U19 Boys National Softball Championship here live from Tamaki Makaurau South. Pukekohe, in fact, hosted by the Franklin Softball Association. And I'm great to have you along here. As you just heard, our te reo specialist with us here, Te moana Maika, fantastic to have her in the house as always. Kia ora hoa.
Te reo Māori specialist.
Yeah.
He kaya ko reo Māori noa hau e te iwi.
Aye, indeed. I'm Jason Gubis, aka Jopper, and great to have you along for it. Just underway here in the grand final, which is going to be a good one as we're working ourselves up into this. Auckland are taking on the power that is Hutt Valley. Hutt Valley, a outstanding side that have come through the round robin play, undefeated through the first 2 days of play. And they then get through to the playoff round, which was yesterday. And both of those teams... Both of those teams, of course, getting to the playoff round, and both of those teams were right in the thick of it. Hutt Valley, as we mentioned, they came through, were undefeated. They had to play Wellington yesterday in the semi-final last night. Wellington, the surprise side here this weekend, Te Moana. They started a little bit rocky, to be fair, Wellington, but boy, they found their straps, and they gave Hutt Valley a lesson last night in the first semi-final. So they're through to the grand final at 1 o'clock. The winner of this one, Hutt Valley and Auckland, will go through to match Wellington in that final at 1 p.m. Auckland, how do they start in the tournament? A little bit scratchy as well, but boy, oh boy, have they found their rhythm. Power and pace and aggressive on the base path. Good bats in the lineup. They look red hot right now. Hutt Valley going to bounce back from that semi-final loss last night. Should be a great semi-final.
O kia kaha mai tātai ki te mātakitaki, anei ngā rohe o tāmaki, here ngā waka, tāmaki, here ngā tangata, tāmaki, here ngā manawa. E tākoro nei i te rohe o whanganui a tāra. Kei konei i tēnei rā kiwha, ki ngā whāruarua o tāmaki, ki puke kohe, tātou nei e mātakitaki nei i tēnei kiwi. Reira.
You can see it's a beautiful day here in Tamaki Makaurau's South, Pukekohe, here today at Colin Lawrie Fields. The sun is out, I'm pleased to say. It's been like that all week here at Te Moana. We're heading for a high of 23 today, only 17 degrees Celsius at the moment, so it's going to warm up out there.
Ko te mana ko kia noho mai a tamanui te rā i tēnei rā, me whakapono e hia ana ngā tamariki hoki ngā tāne nei, kia puta mai, kia noho mai a tamanui te rā, kia pai haere te rā hoki i tēnei rā.
bunt, you can see just go up. Let's have a quick look at the offensive lineup for Hutt Valley for you here. Jackson Williams, the lead-off batter, was up first. Keenan Iso, he's up to bat now for Hutt Valley. And George McCarroll hitting 3 today. Tyrone Robinson will be at right field hitting in the clean-up spot. Angus Little's hitting 5, designated player. Woolley is 6, Krogan is in 7, Cox is at 8, and Cope will round out the batting order, the catcher for the Hutt Valley side. Off and running on the pitch is Baldwin, and down to second base he goes. So Hutt Valley, a clear indication they want to be aggressive here today.
Wa te ahua nei koutou mai na ki te koutou. I oma te kai whakahaere I reira mai te papatuatahi taina te papatua rua. Ko te manako ia kia puta mai hoki o kia hoki mai ia ki te kainga I tēnei rā. Kia whiwhi piro kia toa hoki koira te wawata nui a Hutt Valley ni.
Beautiful day here, as we can see. Of course, a championship Sunday. I guess te moana these young men, these young rangatahi here in the game of Puerka softball, they'll have some emotions going through their body. They know it's an opportunity to get to the grand final. The expectation, the anxiousness. I wonder how they are feeling out there today.
Kia nei hoki, kare kore kei konei hoki ngā whānau o ngā tāne nei, ngā hāpori o ngā whānau, kei konei ki te whakanui e nei tama, ki te aki a rātou hoki, kia whai hua.
Just the one away here as Aesop goes down. Of course, Baldwin on deck here. On second base as George McCarroll comes up to bat. George McCarroll's storied history in the game at such a young age. 2 years ago, named MVP of the under-17s tournament was George McCarroll. Also went away to Mexico for the U18 WBSC World Cup. New Zealand's top hitter. Auckland with 1-1 count now on McCarroll. This one to the screen. Baldwin is off and down to third base he goes.
Rawe ko tai haumari mai atu ia ki te whapatua toru e te iwi. Te tōna tere hoki I ai o mana ki te ana koutou. Ahakoa he eti tarātou nei oma ko te manako ia ka hoki mai ki te kāinga kia whiwhi piro ai.
All set now. Runner just 60 feet away from the opening score of the semi-final. This pitch just down low. Let's have a quick look at the defensive lineup for Auckland for you. So left to right in the outfield you can see is Allen, Ransfield and Twigden. In the infield hot corner is Wildball, Russell and Hill at second base today. Whittle is at first base. Roberts behind the dish and Cyril Wilson is starting on the hill.
And there, mai, Hutt Valley, aha kua tāna kaha ki te patu I tawa pōro, I tere ake te ropu te kapa no tāmaki makairei, no reira e mihi ana kia tāmaki.
Applying the pressure, Tamaki Makoto, Auckland, equal to it here as they will keep Baldwin stuck at third base as you see on camera shot there. And they'll hand the opportunity over now to the young 15-year-old Tyrone Robinson.
Te kaumarima.
Aye. This is a U19 tournament. Hey. That's how good young Tyrone Robinson is. First pitch to him is outside. Cyril Wilson, starting pitcher here for Auckland. He's been outstanding this week. Cyril made it all the way to the grand final of the U17 tournament last year in Otautahi, Christchurch, so he knows how to get her done.
Koine ko te kai whiu pōro, Toritika Maono?
Aye.
Aye.
36 to Cyril Wilson. That one fouls off, so Tyrone Robinson here looking to get something going. Hutt Valley want to strike first here. Bouncing off that semi-final loss to Wellington last night. This hard-hit ball will go foul back.
Tōna kaha hoki e te iwi, aha kua kāri whiwhi I te wā kia oma. Ko tōna kaha ki te patu i te poro, he whakaaturanga pai tēnei. E mohi ana ia, e ahai ana ia te patu.
This one down low, so Wilson and his battery partner behind the dish here, Kyle Roberts, just trying to find their way around this Hutt Valley side. So on the outside. Te moana.
Kia ora.
Christmas and New Year's. How has that been for you this summer?
Oh, he rawe te krihi me tēnei, ko te hoki atu ki te kāinga, no reira no maketu. Ahau.
Is that where the famous pies are from?
Ai.
Oh, maketu pies?
Engari, kari ki au nei, katahi anō rata ka whakatū anō I taua wāhine. They only just brought back maketu pies.
Have they?
Yeah, because they took them out for a while.
Oh.
The factory was shut down for a bit, and I didn't see them in the petrol stations like you do. engari, ko hoki mai ngā pies no maketu, no reire, I reirau, mo te krihi mete, whakanui ana I te tau ki te taha o tōku whānau. Oh, inai ki te koutou I tērā, ko puta mai a tāmaki makaurau I te pai, te nui o ngā koina ki te ai tātou ko ngā strikes. Kare rata I tino whai wā ki te hoki mai ki te kāinga, no reira tāmaki makaurau, a nei te wāhi pai.
And there you go, that'll do us through the bottom of the first innings as Cyril Wilson rears back, gets that big strikeout and will leave Hutt Valley stranding a runner at third base. We're all done through one innings complete. There is no score in the semi-final. Back with more action live from Pukekohe when we come back.
Te ana koe mo tā tāua haerenga.
Learn pūrākau. Explore te tai ao. Ai mai! Tūhura ki whakaata Māori me Māori Plus.
Te ana koe mo tā tāua.
Tēnā koutou tamariki mā.
Ono mai ki tamariki hā.
Ai mai! Ia!
Download Māori Plus. Download it, download it, download it. It's easy. Free. Te Nuchu. Te Pārotuanga. Island of Mystery. Tūhura. Ono mai ki tamariki hā. Download Māori Plus. Please, Mum.
And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, as we see Auckland off to a hot start here in the top of the second innings. Kyle Roberts, first pitch hits and gets down to first base. Auckland went through their first three batters with no score in the top of the first innings. So that leads them now with Kyle Roberts leading off here in the clean-up spot, who is down at first base.
Ki hai koutou ki te engari mua atu I tēnei I oma I tētahi o ngā kai whakaoma o tāmaki makaurau ki te wāhanga tuatahi, ki te papa tuatahi. Kai reira ia e noho ana, e wā tatari ana kia o mātu ki te papa tuarua. Kia kaha mai, Kyle Roberts.
Jaden Heta, starting pitcher here for Hutt Valley. We'll give you the lineup shortly as we get a break in the action. Auckland batting here, and it's Boston Allen, the left fielder, batting now for Auckland with Roberts, who was down at first base. He's been replaced. I'm just going to get the shirt number for you for him when I see him. Looks like they might have a pinch runner out there.
Toru te kau mā toru.
Toru te kau mā toru. 33 at Awari Howard, running at first base for Roberts.
Te tere hoki. Mohi ona koe ki tēnei tangata Ruatakau Iwa?
Ruatakau mā Iwa.
I Hutt Valley? Jaden Hita?
Yeah, Jaden Hita is the kaiapa.
E hia te roanga o tāna tūnga hei kaihipa, hei kai whiu pōro. How long has he been a pitcher for?
Yeah, you know what? I'm pretty sure that kid started pitching when he came out of the womb because he's originally from Manawatu. Still resides there. I think he goes to Manawatu Boys High. And boy, oh boy, has he been outstanding. He's one of those kids that just works at it all the time.
Mā te mahi, ne? Ka tūranga tira te kai tākarora. Uff, te tere hoki o taua whiu. Nō reira.
You see Gabriel Tahi looking for his opportunity. Now, a designated player today. He's hitting for the third baseman, Thomas Wildborough. Going to get that lineup for you shortly. So runners at 1 and 2 here for Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland. Outside pitch, pick off attempt, back to second base.
Cool. Tōna tere aha koa i oma atu i tere whiu te kai ki Murira. Kua tai haumaru atu ia ki tāna pēti, ki tāna papahatua rua. Tōnei.
Well, Auckland yesterday, they needed to get things going, and boy did they do that as they came through. They marched. Their first game was against Wellington, dropped that game to Wellington in the first playoff match. Then they beat Canterbury, then they beat North Harbour, and that puts them right now in the semi-final, and they are on fire. Slow roller, tough play. He will go to third base. The ball won't get there in time, and the bases are loaded.
Kua tai haumaru atu ia ki te whapatuatahi kua ki katoa ngā papa i tēnei wā. Ko te manako, kia hoki mai, tētahi ngā tāngata katoa, ngā tāne katoa ki te kāinga, kia toru ki te kore. Anei mātou e tuku ana i ngā moimiti, whakamoimiti ki ngā atua kia io.
So bases loaded here for Auckland in the top of the second innings, and a big opportunity for the starting pitcher, Cyril Wilson. Yeah, I'm not an official scorer, but that hit in the 5-6 hole to the shortstop, I'd give that a hit there for Tahi. So Auckland capitalising. Can they capitalise with a runner on the board though? We'll find out here. No outs, top of the second innings. This one outside. Jaden Hita was one of the junior Black Sox squad members that went away to the World Cup in Mexico last year, or was the year before, one of the two. So he is an elite hurler in New Zealand.
Aotearoa whānui.
Aye. This one outside.
Kare kore i nā pō. I kōrero anō ia ki ai anō, me te kei, anei te wāhi, anei te papatū waiwai, kia whakātu atu ki te motu. Nā te aha ko ia, te rangatira o te kaiwhiu pōro i Aotearoa nei. Tauki.
1-1 the count here on Wilson. Good pitch, just below the zone. What type of pitcher is Jaden Hita? Well, he's a drop ball pitcher predominantly, so create a lot of ground ball outs in the game of softball. Does have a rise ball that kicks a little, but his drop ball is elite. And gets him on the outside edge for the first strike out. Let's have a look at that offensive lineup for Auckland for you. Now we've got a quick break, and the action was Whittle that led off. Hill hit second. Russell, he was hitting 3, the shortstop in that first innings. Roberts led off the innings. Allen, Tahi Wilson just batted. Twigden and Rainsfield will round out the batting order for the boys from Tamaki Makaurau. defensively for Hutt Valley now. Left to right in the outfield for their Logan Paul Woolley is at left field today. Centre is George McCarroll. Right field is Tyrone Robinson. Good drop ball. There's that drop ball, Te Moana. Good, isn't it?
Ai, ki te. Ina katai anō koe ka whakarongo mai, ka titiro mai ki tēnei kēmu, ko te rua te kau mai iwa, ko te kai whiu I te pōro ki rungara, ko Jaden Hita. Ko ia he rangati ro te kai whiu.
This one pops up, got a chance to the track. McCarroll will make the catch in the deep, but one will come in for Auckland, and just like that in the blink of an eye, Auckland lead the semi-final, 1-0.
Tahi ki te kore te iwi.
Tyler Twigden getting her done for Auckland. Deep sacrifice flight. Auckland in the game against North Harbour last night at 5 o'clock. Had to win that game to get to the semi-final. They started with a grand slam in the first innings. So Auckland have got some power in the back. Oliver Rhinesfield now.
Te huana e whakarite ana ia no.
The runners on 2 and 3 here. There's that drop ball from Hita, and he's going to need them too to keep this Auckland side from trying to capitalise again.
Wa waiwana ka tika e te iwi, I tana whiu. Te tere hoki na ka kore koe rongo. Ki te pōro e pāna ki te karapura. Ko patua ki te wā.
Ground ball skips over the third baseman. One will come in. They will put up the stop sign at third base. But just like that, the tail is wagged hard through Twigden and Rainsfield. Auckland lead 2-0.
Kei konei a tāmaki.
Just what you want, don't you, Te Moana?
Ai.
Young men that maybe don't always hit in the runs contribute at the right time.
Ka tika.
Ground ball up the middle, they'll tag. The runner going to second base for the third out does Hutt Valley. But it's not before the duo, Twigden and Rhinesfield. They get her done. Tamaki Makato leading Hutt Valley.
Rua ki te kore.
Ai, rua ki te kore. 2-0.
Māori getting ownership rights recognised in the taku taimana.
So they created legislation, foreshore the CBD.
It's about time we started looking to our new future.
Okay. Let's go then, hey?
You want to just jump in, the dark horse? Deep down, that's all we want. Freedom.
Sucker, you better watch out, you fool.
Often think of my cousin.
She didn't have anyone.
She had us.
You're pretty beautiful.
Same.
We're going to get you back, Mata. I promise.
Kiriata no Aotearoa, ki whakaata Māori me Māori Plus.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 2-0 here, says the scoreboard at Pukekohe. As the semi-final is underway here this morning on Championship Sunday between Auckland, Tamaki Makaurau, and Hutt Valley. Hello, te Māori kupu for Hutt Valley.
Kare kau he kupu Māori mo Hutt Valley, engari kei te whanganui a Tara, so in the Wellington region. Kei reira ke.
Well, Hutt Valley, well, they'll look to try and answer right back here, trailing by 2 runs in the bottom of the second innings now.
Kei reira, Errol Wilson, koina tōna ingoa, ko ia te kai whiu pōro I tēnei wā?
Yes, Cyril Wilson. surreal apologies to Wilson, the Kai Epa, pitcher for Tamaki Makaurau. This one pops and goes foul. Hutt Valley, they will send up 3 of their finest to get them underway here. Angus Little will lead off in the 5 spot in the order. He'll be followed by Logan Paul Woolley and Noah Craigan. 1, 2 and 3 here.
Ka pai kia koutou kare anō kia mātaki i tēnei kemu, o ko tūhono mai ki tēnei kemu, anei ko te whakataitai a motu, no reira ko Tamaki Makaurau rau ko Hutt Valley, te whanganui a tāra e takaro ana i tēnei wā, ko te rua ki te kore koe ahei ana te kite, i ngā piro i tēnei wā, ko kaha whakātu mai raiwa tahi ngā tima e rua i a rātou whiako, i a rātou pūkenga hoki i tēnei kemu.
If you're wondering who that beautiful voice is coming across your TV screens and iPads and iPhones and whatever device that you're watching the game on today, te moana maika.
Ka pai ko te painga i tēnei wā, ko tika te whakahua o tōku ingoa i tēnei rā. I remember the last comp I did, it was like, te moana mika. I reira mo te kemu katoa, te moana mika. Oh, neat.
I knew that was coming. Kia ora. Te moana Maika joining us in commentary for this semi-final and grand final day here at the U19 Softball World Cup. Anō he koe?
He uri tēnei no te aroa, no taunui waka, no ngā iwi o tūhaurangi o Raukawa, no te pito o te ao, rotorua nui a kahu, koera, kei reira ke tuku kāinga.
Beautiful.
No hea koe?
Thank you. I know. I'm just having you on. Nā te kahununu, takitimi te waka, haukainga paki, no marae, haungaria, te mata peak is our maunga down there, Tukituki is our river. So.
Ko haere ki Paki, I've been to Paki before.
Have you?
Yeah, I went and stayed down there. We did a haerenga. Ki reira, ki Te Aute College.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, well, that's just down the road at Te Hauki there at Te Aute College. I'm an old boy of Hatapara, so I know them well. On a friendly term. However, since I've left Kura, we've broadcasted their first 15 rugby between the two Kura, Hatapara and Te Aute.
Heavy rivalry?
Of course. And both times we've broadcast them, Te Aute has won. So I'm waiting for this winter.
Ai ana Hatapaura, kei te koe. Hatakaro po yuka Hatapaura?
Aye. Yeah, they were at secondary schools last year. Hatapaura playing in the 2nd division. So they're building a program there, which is fantastic to see.
Ka pai rawe te kite I tērā.
So you can see lead-off batter on there, and it's Noah Craigan now. We'll be up with 1 away for Hutt Valley in the bottom of the 2nd innings. You mentioned, Tim Wano, that part of your whakapapa, where you're from, is Rotorua area. And I had the pleasure of living there for 7 years.
Oh, did you?
Oh, that place is Atawa. Beautiful, man.
Did you, in your 7 years of living there, I haere koe ki te skyline? Did you ever do the...
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You know, I lived there for like 4 years and I never went up.
On the skyline?
No, never did that.
If you don't go up the skyline, how do you do the luge?
Well, I've just, I noho ai ki reira, I whakaro, pai ana. I just go there to hang out with my family.
Oh, fair enough.
Kaihoi I ngā roto in the lakes.
Yeah, and that is actually what I remember the most. That was precious about the Rotorua region. Is there so many things to do that doesn't cost you a cent. We had a 4-wheel drive, so there was a bit of that. Obviously fishing, and I really love that walk.
In the Redwoods?
Yes, that one's beautiful. But the outlet to Lake Tarawera, you come in from Kawerau side. And we normally would take friends, you drop them off at the inlet from the river, and then you drive the car around, one person drives the car around, and then you do the walk, and then there's that waterfall. Have you been there?
Yeah.
It comes out through the side of the mountain, eh?
There's so many, like, hea tāhua ngā ara katoa I reira, I Tarawera, I Roto Kākahi, I Blue Lake, like, kei a rātou katoa, te a tāhua o a rātou ngahere. Ki reira. Me te wai hoki te whānau reira. Ki te kore koe, haere ki Rotorua, haere atu ki Rotorua.
Hard hit ball from Craigan. Here's the answer Hutt Valley were looking for as they will drive in a run here in the semi-final. 2 runs to 1 now. So just what the doctor ordered, Te Moana. Obviously they give up the 2 runs in the top of the second innings and they answer right back here, at least with 1.
Well, anei te timatanga ne, kei te bottom of the second?
Yes, indeed.
Tātou I tēnei wā, no reira, kei te timatanga tonu tātou o tēnei Kiwi te whānei. Ahakoa kai runga atu a tāmaki makaura i a Hutt Valley, e kite ana Hutt Valley I tēnei, no reira e hea ana rātou kia puta mai, ki te mutunga kia whai piro anō.
Indeed, there's a long way to go here, just underway in the semi-final, only the second innings. There is no time limit in the National Championship matches, so we'll go complete 7 innings as Devon Cox steps in to go to work here. Young man out of the Tōtara Park Softball Club. I've had a little bit to do with this young man this year in the first half of the season. I'd never met him before, and boy am I pleased I have. He's quite a talented young man, works very hard at the game, and he's seen some benefit this year.
Ihea korua tūtaki ai, where did you guys meet?
Down there at the Tōtara Park Softball Club. They're actually just across the road from my mahi down there, so I get a chance to help them out a little bit and see this kid a lot.
Ai. No reira, I kite koe I ai e tipu ana I tēnei, kina, you've seen him grow up in this?
No, it's the first time this year. I never actually come across him before. I mean, I may have, but I hadn't really noticed him. But I tell you what, I've noticed him this year, and he's playing excellent softball. He's the starting third baseman for Hutt Valley this week, and deserves to be so too as well.
Kei whea mai, e tama.
This one up top. This is Cyril Wilson. Defensively for Auckland, we didn't get a chance to get that up for you. Might get a graphic up later if we can, but I'll give it to you anyway. As you see, there's Max Russell, the outstanding shortstop for the Aucklanders. He's joined in the infield by the third baseman, Thomas Wildball. So this one's down low to Cox. Second baseman today is Joseph Hill. First base is Jaden Whittle. Outfield left to right for the Aucklanders is Boston Allen. Centre is Oliver Rhinesfield. Right field today is Tyler Twigden. And behind the dish doing the catching, we've already talked about these battery pairing from Auckland already. Kyle Roberts behind the dish as Cyril Wilson. Works off the hill. Slow roller up the middle. Tough play for Russell, but the throw is strong. He will get him.
Ko puta mai e rua. No reira tawa nei I tai te poro I mua atu I te kai oma. Aha ko tana kaha ki te oma. Ko whai tūranga ki te wāhanga ki te papatuarua. A Hutt Valley. Ko te tūanako kia orite ne ngā piro. I tēnei wā, koera te hiahia nui a Hutt Valley I tēnei wā.
So runner at second base still for Hutt Valley here. And they'll hand it over down to Taikaha Cope.
I tākoro koe I te poiuka I a koe I te kura. Did you play softball when you were in school?
I did indeed. Yeah, at Hutt Polder.
Prime U, do you think Prime U could play right now?
Oh, against these kids, no way, man. They're way better than I was. To be fair, Te Moana, that wasn't hard. No, like, I'm not going to say I got a participation certificate.
Oh, pai ana te participation certificate. He tohu I tātaro koe.
Yeah, I got a whole ring binder of them, Te Moana. Yeah, but that's okay. You know, someone's got to carry the gear bag.
Aye.
Keep the bench warm for everyone else. And
whakaki ngā pātara wai.
That's right, I'm the water boy. So, but these kids are outstanding. Fantastic to see indeed. This one bunts up and it works. Two to the corner. Green lights him to go home as well. And Hutt Valley have tied it up here in the in the second innings here.
Ina kare koe kite I tata hopu te kaihipa I te pōrora. Engari aha koa nā te whakaatu nei ki te he tata I nui ake, teitei ake te pōro I te tānera. O reira I hoki mai. Kua ea Hutt Valley, e rua e nai nei. O reira nei te wā kia whai hua.
Just what they needed, didn't they?
Aye.
Tied up here in the bottom of the second innings. Jackson Baldwin now. First pitch to him is up top. It has the feeling that this is really going to be a titanic battle between these two horohi, right?
Ai. Nā te kaha o rāua tahi hoki ngā tāne katoa e kaha ana ki te hiahia ki te toa I tēnei kēmu. No reira e whakapau kaha ana.
Russell's got a hustle to get to that one, the shortstop for Auckland. Can't get there in time, and just like that, Hutt Valley have 2 runners on here, albeit with 2 outs in the bottom of the second innings.
Kau e māharahara te kau mawhetū. Ka pai kei te timatanga tonu tātou. Hopu kina te poro.
You see Blair Eastside, the assistant coach for Hutt Valley down at first base. Head coach for Hutt Valley this year, Tyson Byrne, ex-Black Sox member. So very educated man in the game, and now giving back to the sport, which is fantastic to see.
Te nui o ngā tāngata no te kapa Black Sox ki kona I tēnei rani. There's quite a few people who are ex-Black Sox that are here.
Yeah.
I tēnei rā, e whakanui ana, e poi ana I ēnei tāne.
It sure is indeed, and that's fantastic to see. It's important not just to learn like Jaden Whittle, first baseman for Auckland, and enjoy the game as you grow, but as you rise to heights. This one's lifted. Russell going back, and it's out of the reach. Hutt Valley will convert 2 runs on that Texas Leaguer. And to be fair for Russell, I don't think he could have got to it if he wanted to. That was just one of those ones that fell in between.
Ai. I reira I oma ia, I tangohia ia I tāna pōta I hoki. Kia titiro ai ki te pōro. Aha koa I mahue. Kia kaha tonu mai tātou o tāmaki.
You can see here in the replay as that one pops up. They're both going for it here. Can't get there, and Hutt Valley will pick up 2 runs.
Kia whakaro ko te nā tā rātou kore ki kōrero ki a raiwa no? Lack of communication, pia?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's one of those ones. I think they've both got to go for it, and I don't think either of them could get to it. It's just sometimes it just falls in.
Right.
George McCarroll now, so a big opportunity, Hutt Valley. Boy, they give up 2 in the top of the second innings, and it was almost like, did they poke the ball a little, because they've come out firing here in the bottom of the second.
Wa ko te whakamahana I te tinana hoki e warm up. You know, getting used to it, ko ngā tāngata ina, ka kite koutou, te nui o ngā tāngata kei konei I tēnei ata ki te mātaki hoki. He ua te tū ki mua I ngā tāngata. Aha koa te kēmua haukua ki whea. Kei reira te hāpori, ngā whānau katoa.
It's great to have you along. Kia ora koutou katoa. Thank you for tuning in to these live images from the semi-final here in Pukekohe, the Sopo New Zealand U19 Boys National Championship. Of course, live on Whakaata's Māori's Māori Active YouTube platform. Broadcast to you. It's our complete privilege to have you along, and we thank you for your viewership.
Ko te tai o ngā painga, anei ko ngā harerei, it's the holidays I tēnei wā. No reira, aha ko ngā harerei, kei te whakapaukaha I nei tama, I te hākina ki ngā pairawa I ngā kaunui ana kia rātou. Like, training during your holidays, committing during your holidays. Most kids just want to tākaro I te PlayStation.
Aye.
You know, tirohia kia TikTok. Kani ai, and kei kona I nei tama e whakapaukahana.
I'm pretty sure these kids still do the TikTok and the kani while they're at tournament anyway, Te Wana, but you're dead right.
Yeah.
It's fantastic dedication by these rangatahi to put themselves out there. And you've got to be something said for the parents as well, because this is an opportunity for them to go on family vacation right around the country. Well, if you talk to a lot of softball families here, this is their vacation.
E hara tēnei I taku vacation I te iwi, ko tāku ko tātahi, you know, a beach, some sun, some water, hara ko tēnei, engari, e mihi ana ki ngā whānau, ko tai mai ki tēnei rā.
Right. A walk issued to McCarroll here, so Hutt Valley just continue to pass the baton along here. 2 runners on, 2 down here, still in the bottom of the second innings. Now the right fielder, young Tyrone Robinson, gets another opportunity.
Me kaha mai a tāmaki makairani, e rua ki te whā I tēnei wā. Kare kore he mahere tō tāmaki, kia hoki mai, kia tākaro.
Wilson steps back. Riseball up top. Just Hutt Valley, it seems here in this innings when they've got an opportunity, they've really taken it with both hands, haven't they?
Ai. Ko pēnei rātou i ngā kēmu katoa? Have they been like this in every game?
They have really, except for yesterday's semi-final against Wellington. Wellington just come out and shocked them really, and really put them under pressure from the get-go, and played with high intensity. Wellington did, but every other game I've seen Hutt Valley play, they've scored first, they've applied more pressure, they've stayed methodical at it, and they've got the job done at the end of the day.
Ai. Well, he mea hine ngaro hoki tēnei ne mental game.
Yeah,
Ka pai. Aha kua ka kite koe I te kaha o te rātu tīma, me kaha ake me ki. Te hunga o mana kia o toa I te kēmu nei.
These two teams, I'm just going to look it up, faced each other on day one, I'm pretty sure. They did indeed.
I toa tāmaki?
Yeah. Hutt Valley and Auckland played each other on day one. They were all locked up at 3 runs apiece. Late in the match, Auckland make a pitching change and Hutt Valley capitalise. They got run out with Victor's 6 runs to 3, but up until that time, it was around about the 5th, maybe 6th innings where they made the pitching change, somewhere in that. Up until that time, it was a very, very tight match. So I think it's built for a good game here today.
Well, ko te tūwana ko ngā tīma e rua kia toa ni. Kia whai wāhi ki te finals, no reira. Anei te wāhi, anei te horopaki.
And you did right. It doesn't matter what happens in the earlier stanza of the tournament. It's who wins the last game of the tournament that counts, isn't it? So in this case for Auckland, they don't mind if they're dropping that early game against Hutt Valley as long as they win this one today.
Aye. Well, no one likes second place, ni.
No. Not that it's okay to get a participation certificate, aka Chopper's career. But often running on the pitch, and they won't need a throw because they'll stand them at the batter's box here for the third out. But it's not before they go marching through Craigan, Cope and Aesop. 4 runs driven in for Hutt Valley as they lead 4 runs to 2.
Te rawhia I rongo a tāmaki makaura I a koe kare rata te hiahia I te participation certificate. No reira, I kaha whakapaukaha I tērā whakamitunga. Kia whetawai rātou kia whai wāhi anō.
That'll do us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll leave with the replays. 4 runs to 2, top of the third coming up next.
The score's different.
The flip side of that was the intense pressure.
I'd go back to my hotel room and I'd be broken.
Dan Carter, a perfect team. Ki whakaata Māori, me Māori Plus.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen here. Great to have you along. In the semi-final matchup, we've got a beauty going on here between Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland, and Te Awai. Oh, no, the Hutt Valley.
Te whanganui ātara. Oh, he ingoa, he Margaret te tiro ni. Aka dictionary whānau.
Yeah, you got us, yeah.
If you ever
Te Awa
been to me.
Hairangi. Te Awa Hairangi? I think it might be it. Anyway, Hutt Valley, Auckland, 4 runs to 2. The Hutt Valley leading at this point. Top of the third innings.
Te awa kairangi.
Te awa kairangi. I knew it was there somewhere.
Lower Hutt and Hutt Valley.
Ah.
Te awa kairangi e te iwi. Ko te awa kairangi I rauwa ko tāmaki makaira I tēnei wā. Nau mai hoki mai ki tēnei kēmu. Kei te top of the third innings tātou.
Ai.
I tēnei wā.
Ai.
Rua ki te whā ki a Hutt Valley ki te awa kairangi. He ingoa Māori no reira māku whakamahi I tērā.
Oh, you're the kaiako anyway, right? So it's always about learning. Yeah. Ai.
Engari, he tangata noa ahau I tēnei wā, ko ngā holidays.
Ai.
I'm not fire, I'm just te moana. Hey, boundaries, ne whānau, boundaries.
Fair enough. Joseph Hill will lead off here, followed by Max Russell and Kyle Roberts, 1, 2 and 3 here for Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland. Semi-final action. The winner of this will go through to the grand final at 1 p.m. against Wellington.
Te whanganui a tāna. Pōneke rānei.
Yeah.
Two names. Can you see the one?
Of course.
Ko hoki mai Jaden Hita.
Oh, rise ball outside's good. We talked about his drop ball, good, but he's got a little bit of a lifter as well. So one away here, top of the third innings. Now that'll bring up Max Russell. Max Russell, the starting shortstop, built athletically, as you can see in the batter's box, but boy, is he powerful.
Te kau mā whetū, Maximus Russell. What a ingoa, Maximus.
I know.
Homai te Maximus effort, ni?
Feels like he's a gladiator. Rolls over this one, good pitch. That'll pick up the dangerous out of Russell.
Ko pita mai ia. E rua, tamaki. No reira, aha koa no rotoru ahau, no kei tāmaki ahau e noho ana. No reira, kare kore, ka whakanui ahau I a tāmaki. No reira, kia kaha mai tāmaki.
Fair enough. If you live in Auckland, you got to cheer for them.
You
Good
man
on
have to.
Yeah.
Loyalty, ne?
Yeah, aye.
Loyalty. Aha kua kare te tino mohio I nei tama, I'll still be loyal to these ones.
Well, it's kind of interesting. Well, you know the kind of, I'm not going to say rivalry, but maybe it is, what do you want to call it, between North Harbour and Auckland, right?
Aye.
Well, it's the same between Hutt Valley and Wellington. And so if Hutt Valley win the semi-final, it's going to be that little rivalry down there, right? Ground ball from Roberts straight to the second baseman, and that'll do a quick top of the third innings. We're all through it, no score change, 4 runs to 2. Te awa kairangi Hutt Valley taking on Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland. How good?
Stop it!
Back soon.
Have Māori getting ownership rights recognised in the taku taimana.
So they created legislation, foreshore and CBD.
It's about time we started looking to a new future.
Get the Māori Plus app. Download now on Google Play or the App Store with exclusive viewings and 100% ad-free.
Quite like top tier.
Watch us anywhere, anytime. Make Māori Plus your mate and stream now.
The best secondary school hockey teams battle for the Rankin Cup 2023.
All the big schools are here.
Tino uaua ki te rapu kai tākoro nā te iti o te kura.
I roto I ngā tau, ko puta I tahi wero, he wero I tā mātou whakamahi te reo. Ko etahi o ngā kai tākoro kua hāmene hia.
Ka whakawhiti koe mai I tō tinana ki tō ngākau. Kia toa I te kēmu nei.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the third innings here, an outstanding semi-final matchup between Auckland and Hutt Valley here. Auckland struck first in the top of the second innings for 2 runs, and then Hutt Valley, they got 4 runs replied in the bottom of the fourth innings. Donut put up in the top of the third by Auckland allows Hutt Valley to come to bat here for their third innings of work.
Ka wai ina I ki te koutou I mua atu, I tere puta mai a tāmaki makaura. Engari, kau e maharara I te ui, kei te whakamahana tonu rātou I a rātou tinana, ka hoki mai, katoa, mā taki mai.
So straight away, no mucking around here as Angus Little, the designated player, punishes that one up the middle. Hutt Valley sent up 9 batters in the second innings to plate their 4 runs. I'm sure they'd love to do exactly the same here in the third innings. First pitch to Logan Paul Woolley is up top. And Timawana,
Aye.
Santa Claus any good this year?
Well, Carl. He matua hau ina, I'm an adult, eh?
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, I a koe tipu ana, Christmas doesn't really become a day, but I rawe aku tamariki, hoatu ngā taonga katoa ki ngā tamariki,
Aye.
you know, ngā Crocs, brand new camp things,
Yes.
ngā kākahu pai ma ngā kotiro, I'm like, engari, hei matua nei, as pakeke, no.
Well, we all know how it operates, right? When you're a kid, Santa Claus, Hanakoko, he's the one who buys them all the presents.
Aye.
And then when you're an adult, we just use them as an excuse to get it what we want. From Santa, kia ora, got a new laptop or whatever.
Me whakapono, ko te tau aku tino ko ngā scratchies ni.
Aye.
Like, ia tau ka pata atu ki aku whaikeke, kaumātua rānei. If you're going to give me a present, get me some scratchies. He hoki ngā mahara ki au I tamariki ana.
So runners in the corners here for Hutt Valley is Woolley is down to first base. Noah Craigan now looking for his opportunity. Hutt Valley played 4 runs in the second innings with no outs here. They're looking to put their foot firmly on that accelerator now. Rose ball up top.
Rere, haumaru ana ngā tāne ki te papatua tahi, papatua toru hoki. Tēnei wā.
Right down Main Street. And at the moment, Hutt Valley choosing not to run with the runners at first and third. Here's Wild Boar, the third baseman, young, up-and-coming athlete for Auckland. He's only, I think, 14, young Wild Boar. 14 or 15, one of the two.
Te kaumā whā, te kaumā rima.
Right.
Kare kau he whakataitai mā tā rātou reanga. There's no comps for under 14, 15s.
Yeah, he's just so good that he plays that one and these ones.
Oh, I tata pātu. Tōna tere.
There we are. We talked about them not running, and they do push the foot, put the foot down.
Wei, ko te sliding hoki, like, he mamai tērā.
They work hard enough to knock the base out there. The Franklin Softball Association of...
Whakapono piki whara te tāne rā. Like...
He's going to knock that out. They got these breakaway bases these days, and Franklin have invested in those, and they're there so anyone who's playing the great game of Poiuka softball doesn't turn an ankle, break an ankle sliding into the base. It'll dislodge a little bit.
Engari ngā rā o mua, they wouldn't have had those ni.
Oh, I don't know, because I'm too young to know what it was like back in the old days. I know where you're going with this, Tim One.
Ko, I whakaro, you know, he nui ake o mōhiotanga ki tēnei.
Okay.
You know more than me.
Okay, say what you like. I know where you were going. But, yeah, no, they did not have those back in the day.
Tapi toa chapa e te whānau.
You'll see number 40 there on the screen for Tyler Tugden, the starting right fielder for Tamaki Makaurau. Big swing.
I tata whakaro au, I patu ia I te pōro. Engari nā te tere o te kai.
Yeah, Cyril Wilson, the guy, I like him. You notice, look, he's given up 4 runs last innings, but you couldn't tell that by his demeanour, his body language. He just stays composed and goes about his work, doesn't he?
E ua ana ia ki te kaupapa nui, ni, bigger picture.
Ai.
Like ki te timata ia, ki te heke i ana pukenga, ki konei, kare kore ka whakaro te tima katoa, kare e te kare e te hia. Mental game.
It is indeed.
Just as strong as the physical.
Semi-final matchup. This one just away a little. Kyle Roberts behind the dish. You can see there. He's a real energetic young man, is Roberts.
Kua ki te whira I te taimana I tēnei wā, ngā papa katoa.
So we see head coach Tyson Byrne coming down to have a chat to our umpiring staff.
Ngā kairiwhi, e mihi ana ki ngā kairiwhi. I konei rata I te wiki katoa, ni, refs here all week.
Yeah,
Same
for sure.
refs?
Yeah, they are indeed. They've had a real good crew here this week too. In most games, just like this one, they'll have, they've got 3 out there, but they'll have 4 in most games out there at a time, and it's been outstanding, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, me te noho ki konei, ina ka ki te koutou, kei te mau tarau roa, I a tamanui te rā, e whiti mai ana, I'll be done. Day one ko oti.
Yeah. I'm finished.
Yeah. Ko ngā tan lines, not a fan of the tan lines there, te whānei. Those shirt lines, coming in hot.
Yeah, and look, especially when you're the home plate umpire like Heidi Leothard here, you've got to wear all that protective gear as well. It is warm in there for the umpires.
Well, wai mari ana rātou kei konei hoki a tāwhiri bātea, e pupuhi mai ana I te hau, so hopefully it's not too hot.
Yeah.
E mihi ana kei konei tonu a tamanui te rā, kare I te huna. I te ata, when I was on my way here, it started raining and I was like, don't you dare.
Yeah, I got that on the window screen on the way here. I was like, there's no way it's raining.
Yeah.
Hasn't rained here all week, and I hope, fingers crossed, that's the same in Invercargill today. Of course, the U19 Girls National Championship is going ahead down in the deep south there. And I believe Hutt Valley are taking on Counties. 11 a.m. that grand final due to get underway. So this one first at 9 a.m. Then you can flip over and watch our girls on a Māori Active YouTube platform in their grand final, and then come back to us at 1 p.m. and we'll have the boys final for you.
Wow. Can you remember the Hutt Valley ingoa I te reo Māori?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I learnt it from you. You'll see that pitch just go out of the strike zone, and they will go down and push a run in with that walk. So Hutt Valley have capitalised here in the third innings. 5 runs to 2 now.
Titiro, kua ki hoki katoa I ngā papa I reira. Te ahua nei ka hui rātou ni, te kōrero mea hao, kei te whakawhitira nei.
5 runs is enough in a semi-final, and Cyril Wilson's going to come out of the ball game. And we are going to have a pitching change. We'll duck away for a moment with this pitching change brought to you by Beyond the Dugout Broadcasting. 5 runs to 2. Te awa Kairangi leading over Tamaki Makaurau.
Ai, rima ki te rua e TV. Rima ki te rua.
Back soon. Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland making a pitching change here in the semi-final with loaded bases, 5 runs to 2 at this point. And they'll look to pass the ball on, and we'll just get the shirt number 35 here for... Yeah, Gabriel Tahi, you're dead right. Tim Wanamaika joining us in commentary here. Tahi's been good this week for the Aucklanders, so... Wilson to Tahi, it's a good move.
Ai. No reira, I timata Tahi ki te whiu I te poro ne. He started as our pitcher?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, no, he's a good pitcher too. He threw against Hutt Valley on that day 1 competition. And so he gets his opportunity now. First pitch is right down the middle. Introducing those umpires, Fujimini was hiding Leotard behind the dish. And Tama Howard, he is officiating at first base. And I think that's Liam Stewart is officiating at third base here in the semi-final. So 2 Auckland umpires, a home plate and first base, and a Hutt Valley umpire at third base. So they're sharing love here as well.
Kare kore whakaro hoki ana ngā kairiwhi ka kia toa ake I o rātou rohe. The refs probably want their own regions to win too.
Yeah, they're always completely unbiased in their decision making. They're very professional at it. But yeah, deep down inside, they'll be rooting for their own association to do well. We're very lucky, Te Moana, across the country. We've got so many good umpires in Kaiwawa. They do a fantastic job for us. This one on the hands. Tahite grabs it, goes home. And they will get the out.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones where you don't have to tag them, just got to have your foot on the base. And Kyle Roberts just did that.
Tōna tere hoki te kaihipa, ki te whiu te pōro ki te kāinga, kia puta mai I te kai oma.
It brings up the bat now for Hutt Valley. Still with bases loaded here and 2 down. Young Keenan Iso. Iso, outstanding young man. He's already driven in 2 runs today with that fly ball that landed in the outfield. He's Cox at third base. He wants to come home. Ground ball up the middle and it'll squeak through. 1 comes in. 2 comes in. They'll give him the green light. Looking for a play at the plate. And he is home. The ball comes loose. And Hutt Valley have cleared the bases here in the 3rd innings. What a stroke from Keenan Iso.
Tōna kaha hoki ki te patu I te poro I te whānau na ki hai koutou I kite. Ko tōna patu ki te wāhanga ki te wāhanga Maui. Rā, ai puta atu te poro kia ahai e toru o ngā kai oma ki te hoki mai te kāinga. I nāenei ka noho ki te papa tuarua I te tahi o ngā tāne. Kia hoki pai mai ki te kāinga. Whiti ki te rua.
Keenan Iso with 5 RBIs in the semi-final today as they lead 8 runs to 2 now. Ground ball bounces over the top and that'll convert another run for Hutt Valley and they are firmly in the driver's seat right now. 9 runs to 2.
Iwa ki te rua, no reira, e rere ana ngā mihi, e rere ana te inoi, kia rata katoa o tāmaki makaurau. Aha koa ko te iwa ki te rua I tēnei wā, kia kaha tonu, kia u tonu, tākaro tonu.
5 runs have come in this 3rd innings for Hutt Valley.
Kua rite. They're ready.
Gabriel Tahi come in, pitching relief, and has just been fed a hot stick of these Hutt Valley batters.
Aye.
Change of pace, and I think that's what's needed. Just something to try and get these hard-hitting Hutt Vallians off balance a little.
Aye. Well, ka mutu pēr tuatahi, ngā mahinga a Hutt Valley, te awa kairangi. I tō rātou I mua atu, I tō rātou hokinga mai ki te kāinga. Tāwha nei I hui rātou I mua atu, I tō rātou whiu. Kua nui rawa tērā ki te taha matau. And kua hopu ki nā te kau, whā te kau I taua poroko Tyler Twigden.
That one flies out to the right fielder Twigden, and that'll do us. Not before, though, they march, and they march hard from the Te Awa Kairangi Hutt Valley on the back of Cope, Eastope and McCarroll. 5 runs scored, 9 runs to 2. 3 is done. Top of the 4th coming up next. Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, into the top of the fourth innings here. And it is Te Awa Kairangi Hutt Valley leading 9-2 at this point. We're going to have a special guest coming to join us shortly, Chubb Tangaroa, pitching coach with the Black Sox. Should be too far away from coming over, so really looking forward to that one. And get to pick his mind, and I understand I'm a little, we'll find out when he comes. Anyway, Tim Wana Maika join us in commentary here.
Kia ora tatai.
My own te reo Māori kaiako. But also, which kura are you at, Tim Wana?
No reira, kei te kura tuarua o Uruamoa hau e whakaako ana. I'm at Berkeley College on the North Shore, the mighty North Shore. Raki pai whenua. Go hard or go home, that's what we're... No, I'm kidding.
North Harbour have had a good season, a good tournament as well. They marched through the first 2 days of play undefeated. Hit a speed bump yesterday with 3 losses. They will play for 5th place. That's at 11 a.m. They'll be taking on Canterbury in that game. So we wish both North Harbour and Canterbury the best of luck.
Kuru raki koutou mā, aha koa ko te tuarima, te tūranga tuarima, o kia ururotia. Kia kaha. Kai konei ko hoki mai tātou ki te kēmu a tāmaki makaurau rāua ko te awa kairangi iwa ki te rua i mua atu I tēnei ko ki te tātou ko hopu kina kai muri rā kai te whira atua whā o reira ko puta mai te tai engari mua atu I te wāhanga tua toru ne I ki te mātou top of the 3rd I puta mai a te awa kairangi top of the 4th ka pai I ki te mai tātou I te awa kairangi E rima ngā oma, e rima ngā tangata ngā tāne I puta mai hoki mai ki te kāinga. Nō reira, kia kaha mai tāmaki.
It is indeed. They've got an opportunity here. It's never over till she's rover. 7 runs is nothing. It can evaporate in the blink of an eye in the game of fast pitch softball, especially at a national championship and a semi-final matchup such as this one.
Me o rātou pūkinga hoki, every player on there is skilled. Ne?
Aren't they?
Nō reira, kai a rātou o rātou ake pūkinga. Nō reira, kare kore ka kite I ngā pōro, ka whai tūranga, ka whai rautaki, kia whai I runga I ngā papa.
There's Craigan. He's been good today offensively for the Hutt Vallians.
Hutt Vallians.
Is that a word? Hutt Vallians? I'm not too sure.
He kupuri tēnei rā. It's a word today.
Ai.
Koe te painga o te Māori, ne? Hanga I ngā kupu. No te nota hoki koe, or Northerners like to do that?
Yeah.
They like to
make
create
it up,
their kupu.
Yeah, all the time. All the time. Yeah, if I don't know it, just make it up. One away here, the top of the 4th innings as we see Auckland. Just what the doctor ordered. Some solid contact as Gabriel Tahitahi goes down to first base.
E hia nā tāmaki I tēnei ne. Kia puta mai, kia whiwhi piro anō, kia tata ake ki te iwa o te awa kairangi.
All starting to work their way around here. Tamaki Makaurau, they'll need it for sure as Cyril Wilson will stay in the ball game. Remember, he was a starting pitcher. Tahitahi was a designated player. All they've done is switched roles here, so Tahitahi is now the pitcher and Wilson is now the DP, so he stays in the hitting lineup. That's good coaching right there.
Ko wai tō rātou kai whakahaere. Who is their coach for Tāmaki?
Yeah, Joe Wilson, head coach for Tamaki Makaurau Auckland this year. Excellent coach, knows the game well and really loves the game too, which I think comes out amongst their players.
Well, koe ra te mea nui me ngā kau nui koe ki te kaupapa, ki te kēmu, ki hea hatu rānei, kia tino whai o kia tino ki te koe, I te wairua, I te ihi, I te wehi, I puta mai ana.
I just got a message come in about the Hutt Vallians.
Hutt Vallians?
From Damien Collins, he said the Hutt Villains.
Hutt Villains. Bad guys.
I don't know if we should call them Hutt Villains, but thank you, Damien Collins, for tuning in. Of course, one of Beyond the Dugout Broadcasting's best. He's on vacation this week down there, but I'm pleased to announce we've got our special guest coming in to join us, Te Moana, Chubb Tangaroa, obviously a long-time Black Sox legend, pitcher, but now current and was prior to the Black Sox pitching coach. Kia ora, ho.
Kia ora, kia ora.
Great to have you along here. Chubb, of course, you've been to many of these. You've even coached these tournaments over the years from time to time. What is it about the age group rep tournaments that are so special?
Well, that's a stepping stone towards the Black Sox community, and everyone has an opportunity, and it brings the best out of the young talent that's around at the country at the moment.
Fantastic. Chubb, I'm introduced you to Temwana Maika, but you may know her. Temwana says you know him some way.
Yeah, I know you somehow. My cousin actually goes up with your son, Jasmine Hibbert.
Oh, yeah.
She told me to say hello too.
There you go. All sort of fantastic. Chubb, mate, I won't ask you about the game that's on in front of us at the moment. You see Hutt Valley leading 9-2 at this point at the top of the fourth inning. Outstanding effort from them. Auckland still have a chance. Still plenty of time here. But tell us a little bit about the Black Sox. Of course, a big moment for them coming up this year, the World Cup finals in Prince Albert, Canada.
Yeah, well, obviously, last year we were successful to punch our ticket to go back to the Worlds this year. It's also a stepping stone for the Black Sox to try and get back on the podium, making sure that the rest of the world are making sure that the Black Sox get back to where they used to be. It's not going to be easy. It's like all softball in New Zealand at the moment. I think it comes back to the pitches, and we lack that competition, especially if we're trying to create a world champion again. But again, the rest of the world have caught us up, bypassed us in some way. But I think we've got to knuckle down and look at creating more pitching that's going to be competitive around the world.
Well, there's a good question, Chubb. Let's not worry about the beginner pitchers. Let's just talk about the ones that have got to get on their way to becoming elite. What makes an elite pitcher?
Hard work.
Yeah.
I see a lot of athletes today that they're not committed to doing that hard work. I don't know why that is. But once upon a time, guys would go out there, they'd be pitching. We would have an abundance of pitchers go overseas. That's now kind of stopped a little bit. We don't have that abundance of pitchers anymore. The rest of the world are now, e.g. Argentina, are sending their players over to North America, and that's exposing them to great competition.
Indeed. Well, if we now talk about the campaign for the Sox, of course, as we mentioned, it's important on a number of reasons, and there's no need to put any more pressure on the Black Sox. Storied history, government, high performance funding is dependent on the success of the Black Sox after winning so many World Cups. What are you guys doing between now and then, which I think is July, is it?
Yeah. Well, again, with the retirement of Nick Hayes last year, it certainly opens up one more spot for somebody else to put their hand up and hopefully become a Black Sox member representing New Zealand at the World Series. However, in saying that, our depth of pitching here in New Zealand it's not that great. How do we turn that around? I'm not quite sure. Again, a lot of it. The important thing about this is all about the funding, and when you get chopped down a little bit, it makes it harder for our sport to compete against the rest of the world.
Yeah,
and so I don't know how that's going to change. Maybe we need to change the government so they can give us more boot here.
Let us not get political here, TV.
As we saw there, Hutt Valley held out Auckland in the top of the fourth inning. Score remains 9-2. We'll stay with you here as we have the Black Sox pitching coach with us, Chubb Tangaroa, chatting about the Black Sox, what's coming forward, what it is to be a pitcher at the elite level, and how New Zealand are looking for their chances as they head away to Prince Albert, Canada in July for the World Cup finals. Top 6 teams in the world will be there in Prince Albert, and the Black Sox again will be at the World Cup. Chubb, campaign-wise, heading overseas, what does that look like?
Yeah, well, at this stage, again, with our funding being cut, I'm not sure what that looks like at the moment.
Right.
Obviously, we'll have to go back to the drawing board, and because when you lose around about 130k, that's a lot of money where you've got to try and make up to try and have a successful tour, build up to the Worlds, and so I'm not quite sure what that looks like at the present time.
Last year, when you went to the qualifying World Cup there in Prince Albert, you did spend quite a few days or weeks on the road playing those warm-up games, because of course we're coming out of our winter at that time, aren't we?
Yeah. I suppose the good thing about that campaign was we had quite a few of our players already over North America playing, building up towards the tour, and those that did stay behind were given the opportunity early on the tour to try and catch up to the others that had already been playing. But again, you know, it was a great build-up. 3 weeks prior to that, when we got to the campaign, to the build-up in Prince Albert, everyone was firing. So that's 3 weeks. Hard tour, you know, travelling just about every day. It's not easy, but we're there for one common goal, and that was to try and get ourselves punch the ticket, which we did, and now the next goal is to try and get on that podium.
Bottom of the fourth innings, Hutt Valley up to bat here. That is 7 runs ahead, 9 runs to 2. If they can plate 3 runs, the game will terminate early. We'll find out as we march on in the semi-final. I know you're busy, Chubb, and I want to thank you for your time. Any last words you want to pass on before you go?
Oh, I just, I'm looking around and everyone seems to be enjoying it here. I mean, that's the nature of our lovely game, is that it's all about whanaunga. And you know, you walk around the ballpark and you see everybody that's in you. It's good to reminisce again. So, and the young talent that's coming through. I mean, obviously the junior boys that are coming up in the next couple of years. There's something there for these athletes to strive for. So, if they just keep pushing along.
It is indeed. The Black Sox will head away to the World Cup finals in July in Prince Albert, Canada. And there are plenty of other World Cups for all the different age groups. Just want to thank you again. Chubb Tangaroa, pitching coach for the Black Sox, joining us here at the semi-final matchup. Kia ora. Too much, fantastic. And back to the action now. Too much. As we continue to work through the semi-final, Hutt Valley, an opportunity to try and terminate this one early. They'll need 3 runs here in the bottom of the fourth innings to do that. Te Moana, a chance just to listen in to Chubb and his advice and talking about the game. What did you take away from it?
Well, ka tika me mehi atu kia Chubbs, kia matua, no te whāruarua o here taunga, o ko te whānau tangaroa, no reira e tuku mihi ana ka tika ki aia, I whai wā ki te harama, ki konei ki te kōrero, waihoki, ki te hoatu I ona whakaro, I ona mohiotanga ki tēnei kemu o te poiuka kia mātou katoa, o kia tātou katoa e whakarongo, e noho nei hoki. Ki au nei, ko te painga ko tana ngā kau nui ki te kaupapa aha kua roa nei ia e noho ana ki waho nei I te kemu, kari ai te tākaro, kei konei tonu ia en kataete ki te I tōna wairua pai ki tēnei kemu poiuka, ki tōna hiahia kia tipu ake ngā tauira, ngā tama, ngā kōtiro rānei, ngā te poiuka I konei I Aotearoa. Me whakapono, e whakai ana hoki ahau, ki ana kōrero e pāna ki ngā tamariki, I feel like kids don't have a sense of urgency I nei rā, I a rātou e tākaro ana I ngā kemu. Poiuka, ne te pōro, whitu pōro rānei. Like, kei te kaha, te tiro rātou ki o rātou waia, they just scroll on their phones, they don't know really what it means to play with grit and energy. And ki au nei koera te take, kāre ngā rangatahi o tēnei wā, e tino u ki te mahi, ki te puku mahi I enei kemu, like working hard as he was talking about. It's a different generation, ne?
Tika te kōrero, you're dead right. It takes grit, it takes determination to be a world champion or a national champion. In this country, Aotearoa, New Zealand, we produce world champions. And that's why the Black Sox still get funding right now. We've missed the podium the last couple of World Cups, but it's the length of history where we've been so dominant in the game is allowing us still to have a bit of a funding at the high performance level.
Atu I te whutuporo ne, ko poiuka hoki, like New Zealand has been known for rugby, you know, you go overseas, ka mohio, All Blacks, kamate, but ka hoki, mohio hoki te ao whānui I tēnei o te poiuka hoki. Nā rātou ngā rangatira o mua I para I te ara ma enei rangatahi o te rānei kia tū ai ki tēnei kemu. So yeah, just the way that he spoke about it, was like you could feel the wairua that even though so many years out of the game, like he still wants to make sure that kids...
Texas League over the top, and Hutt Valley again. They have found that blade of grass at will.
Ia te wā, ko te taha Māori hoki, the left side they're hitting.
Yeah, 100%. When you talk about grit and will, I caught up with a right fielder, Lincoln Foley, before the game for Hutt Valley. He's not playing right now. His left hand was fully bandaged up. Apparently something got stood on yesterday in one of the matches. Don't know if it's broken or whatever the case is. He showed me his right elbow and arm, lower arm, it's all grazed up. And I said, you can't play? He goes, no, I can play. So even with all of those, he wants to play.
Yeah.
That's grit, that's determination. That's the difference between a national champion or a world champion right there.
Ka tika. Kia piki te ora ni. Kia piki te ora.
Yeah, get better, young man, get better. As you see number 8 running there. Hello, cross for Hutt Valley.
Kare kore he hia no nā hoki ki te tākoro I tēnei kemu. Wai hoki finals, do you think they might bring him out for fun? No, too injured.
We'll see. At the moment, Hutt Valley getting it done without him. Don't get me wrong, I mean, out on the field, I'm sure he's contributing in the dugout with his teammates. As this pitch comes down the middle, Gabriel Tahi continues relief work here for Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland. Full count now, 1 away, bottom of the 4th innings. Inside, ground ball comes off the glove at third base. They'll can't get the throw to second as well, and at the moment it's just all happening for Tamaki Makaurau.
O te awa kairangi, kai a rātou, ko rātou a runga ni, ina ka kite, kai te wā, kai te papatua, toru, tuatahi hoki rātou.
I tell you what, Tim, one of this game can be cruel sometimes. It's just kind of the way it rolls. Like there looks like a regulation ground ball. The throw to 2 looks like a regulation throw, and none of them stick for Auckland in that case. Every 9 times out of 10 they will. And in this case, the softball gods are in the favour of Te Awa Kairangi, Hutt Valley. Devon Cox now.
Ko te painga e whakapaukaha ana ngā tama katoa. Like regardless, they're all doing their very best.
Aren't they?
Ki runga I te whira I tēnei rā.
And we've seen some fantastic come behind wins this week. The biggest, North Harbour, earlier on this week, they're down 10 runs to 1 versus Franklin, and marched all the way to come back to win the game. So she's never over.
Te raki pai whenua, you know, it's what we do on the North Shore.
Okay. I knew you were going to say that.
It's just how he is.
Just how he is.
Aye. Oh, no te raki pai whenua hoki koe ni.
Aye.
So that's how we are, I guess.
I got the small house down the road from you.
Small house.
We can see your mention on the top of the maunga.
Rukai. Ka pai.
Actually, last time we commentated, didn't we have the lady from Harcourts? We were going to get a free whare, eh?
Ko tahi tāra, $1 deposit.
How many rooms do you want? I was like 10, swimming pool.
Kia tāpara I te whānau katoa. Be for the family, and I think she was laughing with us but didn't realise that we were being serious.
Fantastic.
He ua te hoko whare I tamaki ne.
It is indeed. Fantastic. Our friends at Harcourts, good supporters of the whakaata Māori active. So we see them go down on the strikes here. It'll bring up to bat here for Hutt Valley. Tai Kaha Cope. Okay, Wilson, I believe.
Oh, koina te tangata tuatai ko ki te taha Māori. First lefty bat I've seen.
Yeah, there is not many of them in their lineup for Hutt Valley. He's an athletic young left-hander. He's actually the catcher as well.
Tuarima. Ko Angus Little. Okay. Taikaha koip.
Ai.
Aroa whānau. Aku karu. Nāku ke te he.
Oh, I'm just glad you're saying my eyes haven't gone because I'm old. I'm just glad you didn't throw that one in there.
Oh.
I knew because it might come at some stage.
Mine are shocking. Ka vai no reira kei konei tātou tatari ana. Ko te kai, te awa kairangi.
Tahi continues, rise ball in the middle here. Russell pick up and scoop, but is it in time? I don't think so. And Hutt Valley have converted another run here in the bottom of the fourth innings. They now lead 10 runs to 2.
He haumaru ki te au I tā rātou kai whakahaere pēnei. Safe!
Safe indeed, yeah.
Ke whakamohi atu ki ngā riwhi, ki ngā kai riwhi, ngā kai wawau.
Hutt Valley have just got it going on, don't they? You can see they're buoyant. Tamaki Makoto just a little flat at this point. They've got to find a way to lift. Otherwise, Hutt Valley will run away with it here in the fourth innings.
Engari, ke te pai tonu ngā mahi a Tamaki Makoto. Like they're trying their best to defend.
They are indeed. This one will pop up to the second baseman, and that'll do us here through 4 complete. Not before Hutt Valley, they add on, attack on a run. And we'll go to the 5th innings. And the Aucklanders will need to score a run or this semi-final is over. 9 runs to 2.
Te ana koe mo tā tāua haere ka.
Learn pūrākau. Explore te tai ao. Hai mai. Tūhura ki whakaata Māori me Māori.
All the big schools are here.
Tino uaua ki te rapu kai tākaro nā te iti o te kura.
Ka whakawhiti koe mai I tō tinana ki tō ngākau.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Colin Lawrie Fields here in Pukekohe for semi-final action of the U19 Sopo New Zealand Boys National Championship. I'm Jason Gubis, aka Chopper. Temoana Maika joining us in commentary here. It's been a great semi-final so far. In the top of the second innings, Auckland strike for 2 runs. Hutt Valley, they reply straight away with 4 in the bottom of the second innings. And then the big difference in this match comes in the bottom of the third innings when Hutt Valley, Te Awa Kairangi strike for 5 runs in the bottom of the third innings. They tag on another run in the fourth. That brings us to the scoreline now, 10 runs to 2. The rule is if you're behind by 7 after 5 innings, the game is over.
All right.
And Hutt Valley will be the winners. So what does that mean for Auckland? They need to score 2 runs here in the top of the 5th innings. Otherwise, Hutt Valley will go to the grand final against Wellington.
Paruhi ana ka tika a Ruatikau mā iwa, tā tātou nei kai whiua I te pōro, tōna kaha I tēnei ke mukatoa, ki te whakapau I tōna kaha I a rātou e tākaro ana.
This one down low. Jaden Hita has gone the whole way for Te Awa Kairangi Hutt Valley here today on the hill, and he's been good too.
Ai, ko te kupu ko te paruhi ana, on point, perfect. O he kiwaha
on
me
point.
Kini.
How do you say that? On point?
On point. Paruhi ana.
Paruhi
ana.
I like that.
Yeah.
Paruhi ana.
On point.
On point. Jaden Hedger has definitely been that today, that's for sure. Auckland, can they do it? Of course they can. They are built with a lot of talent, this lineup, and they will start here with their shortstop. Look, so I'm just going to check his shirt number, my apologies for you. But they have the full of talent in this team. This one lifts up and straight to the left fielder for Te Awa Kairangi.
Ka kite I a rātou e pauri nei, o te tamakari e tino whai.
So one away here for Auckland. There's Joe Wilson in the background. So it was Max Russell that was batting. Can't quite get it going today. He's an outstanding athlete. He's been ripping the cover off the ball all week.
Hei aha. He wāno.
That'll bring up to bat here. So that was Jaden Whittle, my apologies. Joseph Hill now up to bat. And this one is punched and a running catch from Tyrone Robinson.
Te Awa Kairangi. Ka korea a Te Awa Kairangi hia te hoki ki te kainga. Ko tā rātou kia toa ni.
Indeed. Trying to get themselves to the grand final here. One out away now. Hutt Valley here in the top of the fifth innings. And this is Max Russell now. First pitch to him, drop ball outside there. Just clips the zone.
Vai, e rua ngā tamako puta mai nei, no reira kei ati kaumawhitu, Maximus Russell.
This one's uplifted, going back to the track, and one bounce into the fence, and Russell will have a stand-up double.
He mahi ngā pai tira, nā te mea kei tēnei wā me whai piro a tāmaki makaurau. Ki te hia rātou te noho tonu mai ki tēnei kimu, kia eke ki te kemu whakamutunga me toa rātou o me o mā hoki mai e rua ngā kaitākaro ki te kāinga I tēnei wā.
Team One, this is my favourite player on the Auckland side, Kyle Roberts, a.k.a. Dinger.
Ko ia te what is it, te kaihopi pōro ne, catcher. Tamaki?
He is indeed. But there was this thing on, I think it's Little League Baseball one year, and this kid, I forget his name, and he goes, my name's Kyle Roberts. His name wasn't Kyle Roberts. He goes, my name's Kyle Roberts, and I hit dingers. And so I call him Dinger, because he looks very similar, and he can hit dingers as well.
E mohio ana ia ki tawa atata, does he know that video clip that you...
Yes, he does indeed, yeah. This one's outside. Kyle Roberts. Remember, they need 2 runs here, Tim Warner. They're down to their last out, so if Dinger can do it, hit it out of the park, the game will continue.
Kataia. Kia kaha mai.
Pitch right on the outside edge. Not too sure if Dinger agrees. Just clarifying with the umpire. Okay. Now, he's good though. He doesn't argue. Back into the action now. One out away from the grand final appearance for Hutt Valley. Rose ball up top.
Kataia tonu.
Jaden Hedger has gone the whole distance here for Te Awa Kairangi Hutt Valley.
Ko ia nake te kai whiu pōro, is he the only pitcher?
No, they've got a few, but he's doing well here. Here comes the 2-2. Outside edge, just off it.
Kia kaha whānau. Ki tatari ana. Ko tā tāmaki makaurau. Ko te hia nā kia patua. Oh, patua.
Slow grounder, Hedger, a chance to complete it, and he does. It will be Hutt Valley that'll head to the grand final against Wellington. 10 runs to 2 here. A celebration time and a complete effort from Te Awa Kairangi,
Well,
Tim Wine.
katika me whakanui i a Te Awa Kairangi i a rātou mahinga i tēnei rā, tō rātou kaha ki te whakapau kaha, tā rātou kaha ki te patu, ki te oma, i ka katae koutou te kite, ko te kau, ki te rua aha koa, i tai mai a tāmaki, i te timatanga, he orite raiwa tahi e te raiwa e tākoro ana, katika. Me mihi atu kia te awa kairangi. Aha koa e hiahiau kia toa tāmaki. Me tuku i ngā mihi katika.
Indeed. I'm going to come back to Te Moana for your Beyond the Dugout player of the match. But the game was good. It started with Te Awa Kairangi, Auckland, Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland scoring the first 2 runs in the top of the second innings. Then Hutt Valley, they just went on a charge. 4 in the second, 5 in the third. 1 in the fourth, a complete game effort from Jaden Heta on the hill. Te Moana, the Beyond the Dugout broadcasting player of the match.
Ko tā tātou nei, kai tākoro o tēnei kemu, ko te namatua toru, ko Keenan Easthope. Ko ia tā tātou nei, kai tākoro mo te hake o tēnei kemu. No reira, mihi kawatu ana ki a koe, i tō kaha ki te tākoro i te rānei. No reira, ko ia kei a koe.
Keenan Easthope, there he is, the Beyond the Dugout player of the match. 7 RBIs on the day. They scored 10 runs today, does Hutt Valley, to get them through to the grand final against Wellington. That'll be at 1 p.m. today. Be sure to come back to the Whakaata Māori Active YouTube platform for that, but don't go anywhere. Flip on over to the ladies, because the ladies' grand final is only about 10 minutes away from kicking off down there in Invercargill, and that'll see Hutt Valley taking on Counties Manukau.
Ooh.
That should be an outstanding game. 11 o'clock it starts. It's right here, right place, right time. Whakaata Māori's Māori Active YouTube channel. I've been Jason Gubizako, Chop on behalf of the rest of the crew, have been outstanding today.
E mihi kau atu ana kia koutou katoa ngā kai whakarongo i te rānei, e whakarongo ana kia māua ko chapa e pahu nei ana. E apana ki te kēmu hoki, kaua ko tā mātou nei awa nake, engari ki te kēmu hoki. No reira kia koutou mā ngā kai tākoro e mihi ana kia koutou ngā kai wawao hoki, whakatau mai, hoki mai ākua nei hei te kotai karaka ki te mātaki i te kēmu whakamutunga o tēnei whakatautau ko te poiuka o ngā tau raro iho i te takauma iwa, ka pai o te motu o te poiuka. Tēnā koutou katoa.